Okay, welcome back to Gary's Economics. Today we are going to talk about revenue raising and redistribution. Okay, today I'm going to dispel a couple of the common myths about tax. So we exist in a country and increasingly a world where governments can't pay for the things that they need because they don't have any money. So people are talking about how can we raise money, and when I talk about taxing the rich, people think that it's mainly about revenue raising. This is true. It's true. Increasingly, we are in a situation where the middle class are very squeezed and they don't have much money. So if you want to actually provide decent public services, you have to go after the very rich. But I don't actually push for taxation because I want to raise revenue. The reason I push for taxation is because ever since I was a trader in the early 2000s, I realized that the economy wouldn't recover because wealth was being transferred very quickly from the middle class and from government to the super rich. If the middle class loses its wealth and the government loses its wealth, the economy will lose its spending power, wages will collapse, the rich will become very rich, and asset prices will go through the roof. This is the world we are living in. Unless you are very rich, your family and your government is losing its wealth and you are becoming poor. For me, tax, whilst revenue raising is a factor, tax is primarily about protecting ordinary people from the rich and stopping wealth transfer from ordinary people to the rich. Listen, unless you're very rich, the assets you own now will not be owned by your kids and your grandkids. Those assets will pass the very rich because they have enormous amounts of passive income, which their kids can use to outcompete your kids, and your kids will end up owning nothing. This is what I'm trying to avoid. For me, taxation is about protecting the assets of ordinary British families and Americans and Australians and all the other guys who are watching the channel. It's not just about revenue raising. Tax is about defense. Defense, defense, defense. I want you to view tax as equivalent to an army. You have an army to defend yourself from other armies. You have taxes to protect yourself from the rich. We had taxes for a long time, and people like my dad and like my friend's dad could afford houses. Your kids and your grandkids will not be able to afford houses because those houses will be bought by the rich. The only way to protect yourself from that is to tax the rich more. It's not about revenue raising, it's about defense. The next point is redistribution. A lot of people don't like my channel because they think I'm a communist who is calling for redistribution. I'm not calling for redistribution. The redistribution is happening. I'm trying to stop the redistribution. Every year, every decade, every generation, the middle class and governments get poorer and those assets get transferred to the rich. The government and ordinary families end up deeper and deeper in debt to the rich. This is a redistribution. The redistribution is happening. The middle class is dying. They are being eaten by the rich. I'm not trying to redistribute wealth. I'm trying to stop the redistribution of wealth so that your kids and your grandkids can have something to have kids of their own. So to conclude, tax is not about revenue raising alone. It's about defending yourself from the rich. Redistribution from the rich to the poor and the ordinary might be nice in an ideal world, but right now the main thing is to stop them from eating your assets alive. Protect yourself from the rich, raise taxes on the super rich, the hoarders of wealth, lower taxes on ordinary working people. Tell your friends, tell your mum, support the channel. Thank you.